Good evening and welcome to DXC Arena here at Waratah for we're round 11 action here in the NTFL for season 24-25. I'm Will Zwar. With me tonight is Janet Baird. We're bringing you Friday night action between PINT and Waratah. Should be a great game here on Larrakia country. Janet, I'm going to get your early predictions for tonight. Looks like it should be a pretty interesting game. PINT, they're the home team tonight, but haven't won at home so far this year.
Yeah, with Rick Nolan coaching his old club, I reckon he'll want to get a couple of rabbits out of the bag for tonight. So with that, I think Tar's sneaking away with a win tonight, maybe.
Yeah, they're definitely looking a better side as the season goes. But if you look at the calendar, it's Friday the 13th, so could be in for a spooky night ahead. Strange things happen. And I think PINT, as you say, Ricky Nolan pretty hungry to get the win over his former club. But PINT, as we said, they haven't won here so far this year. Previous years, they've had a fair bit of luck here, or not luck, but it's been a happy hunting ground for them. I think they've tended to win the majority of their games here, but this year hasn't been the case. And while Tars are definitely ahead of them on the ladder, they'd be looking at this, licking their lips, I think.
Yeah, definitely. With the women's game, any indication, just before, they came away with a triple point win over Tars. So if that luck carries on to this game, we'll have a good game on our hands. Yeah,
I think PINT would be pretty keen for a good send-off for the 2024 part of season 24-25 as the teams will break from their huddle now. Just a few moments ago, Tom Schott, captain for PINT, won the coin toss. They'll be kicking to the right of your screen tonight to start off this one. Waratah, they will be kicking to the left of your screen. As we mentioned, I think Waratah sitting third on the ladder in a pretty good position. A few, not necessarily results go their way, but Nightcliff and Tiwi probably stumbled at the right time for them. And Tars had a bye last week too, so they'll have fresh legs, and I think they'd be wanting to make the most of those fresh legs before they head into another little break over the Christmas period. Looks like it's pretty fair weather tonight, 28 degrees here. As we said, DXC Arena, so one of PINT's home games for the season. It's meant to be pretty wet and sticky during the day, Janet. You were saying you're playing at midday tomorrow, which is going to be pretty rough. But, nighttime games, it's a little fair. It feels like there's a fair bit of wind in here, maybe drying things down a little bit. But do you think we'll have a bit of a scrappy contest tonight?
Yeah, Friday night games, 79% humidity. I reckon it'll be a slippery ball tonight. Whichever team gets to hang on to it, use the conditions to their advantage.
So getting it underway will be Riley Irvin in the ruck. I think that's Josh McCarthy as well, who's been really good in there for them this year. Slightly undersized, but tonight looks like they'll both go in a relatively fair contest. Lifting the ball tonight will be our umpires John Howarth, Nick Brown, Samson Bayman and Tim Somerville. Ball comes down. Looking like it's Tars just trying to gain some ground forward. We'll flick it out the back. Carlin will get a handball out and out of Corey Rich. Turns and gets on his right side. Goes inside 50 for an early forward entry. Good spoil there by the defenders for PINT. Trying to work it back through traffic there was Fordham, but there'll be a free kick paid going the way of the Green Ants. Sending it back across goal. Maloney goes to Schwarzenberg. He'll turn and go, pushing out that far side. Made his teammate there in McDonald work, who's been really good for them so far this year, Janet. One of their dominant midfielders. Goes down that wing. Spills off hands. Waratah just try and propel it forward. I think the players probably know as well that it's going to be a bit sticky and they just need to get it forward as quickly as they can tonight, Janet. Yeah,
for sure. I like the intent by Pines trying to go wide early. Whoever gets to use that far wing tonight, I reckon we'll have a good game on our hands.
Won't make it as easy for us trying to call as if we can get it on this side here, but the players don't play for us, they play for the 4 points at the end of the day. Free kick caught out of the ruck there. Will go the way of Irvin, the ruck. Again, he launches it inside the forward 50. Hutt with the lead. In fact, it was Jorgensen from full forward. Now spills out into that pocket. Holland Dean trying to get involved as well. PINT Another rebound from their defensive 50. Riley Main the target, and they've got a lot of forward potency as well. Janet, we saw Chris Neal kick 3 goals last week in a pretty low-scoring game. Maybe he's hit his straps at the right time. He could be a focal point for the Green Ants up forward too.
Yeah, definitely. If they get down there, their backline's doing pretty well, setting up, not letting Tars get an early one here.
Ball comes in. McDonald doing the ruck duties. He just waited his time, then got it hit out down. Now Wilson, he'll just roll it along the ground. Goes through hands. Picked up at the back. Now with Lovell. Breaks through one. Kicks forward. Finds space. Trying to get onto it there. It was Puruntada Merry. Pine again, very solid on that half back line. Kick out comes from Maloney. Just goes over the top. That wet ball already catching a few players off guard with just how slippery it is. Ball now spills out from Lovell's hands, but Tars work it forward. Their third forward entry so far, again through the hands of Jorgensen, but comes down to the fall of the ball, now paddled out. Shadforth, he picks it up now, or almost taken high. Umpire calls it that way. He'll get a free kick in front of goal for an early shot here, Janet.
Yeah, that was very lucky there because PINT got back really quickly on that that turnover, so they were set up already. But yeah, unlucky for the PINT's backman to give away that high, and now Tars get an early kick on goal. Yeah,
I don't think there was any malice in it. Probably just a little slip and accidentally cops him high on the way through. First real shot of tonight's game, 3.5 minutes in. Kicks it truly. Umpire barely moves. First 6 points on the board go to Clay Shadforth. And yeah, you're right. The PINT defence so far tonight has been pretty solid. Could be an interesting midfield battle. I think PINT's midfield has been really good at stages throughout the season as well, with McDonald in there. He's probably been one of the main ones, but Jamie Fulson as well, Tom Schott, and then they've got a few of those players who can sort of rotate between a small forward and add some explosiveness into the midfield. Waratah as well. They've got a pretty strong one. Whoever can win it out of the middle is probably in for a bit better fortunes tonight. Back into the middle we go. PINT yet to enter their forward 50 so far tonight. It's bounced favouring Irvin, but no one really touched it. I think it might have been Falcon off the top of McDonald's head. Just skies it onto the forward flank. Waiting for it was Collis. Big Riley Main, he'll pick it up on the half volley and then gets it off to Moore. Inside 50 he goes, bounces over the top of his teammate and then picked up by Saltalamakia. Gets a handball out now to Hutt, playing at full back tonight. Pushes it wide, looking for Kelly. Couldn't keep it in front of him. And then just a dinky one over the top. That'll work for them. Nick of time, he finds Adam Jorgensen.
That was very clever little chip over the top of all those players to get that down to his mate.
Yeah, very easily could have blazed away as well. Good to see him just staying composed and going for his teammate. Two Jorgensens out there tonight. Here's Adam for PINT, the other Mitch for Waratah. I'm sure any relation there. Adam's kick hits the post, but PINT are on the scoreboard. 5 points difference early in this one. Looks like it'll be Kelly doing the kick-outs from fullback. In fact, it's Banbury.
Oh, nice kick.
Great kick along down that far side. Hit up Kelly very smoothly. Then off, I think that might have been Monty. Looking to go end-to-end here, Waratah. Carroll lurking, probably kept a little bit out of position there. Now comes to Maloney again. PINT will look to come this near side. Putting on a chase is McCarthy. Good bump on there, pushes him over the boundary line, and Tars will claim that as a win. Good body contact there. I think that was from Kelly again. So reset just on the forward flank here for Waratah in front. Irvin outmuscled his opponent in the ruck, but then hit the deck. Hasn't really gained anything from it. Rich will be tackled over ground. Right in front of us here, DXC Arena.
Much better view than the other side of the wing.
Much easier to read those numbers off the back and off the front of their jumpers as well. McCarthy kept it in front. Running through there was Wilson. Just tumbled over a few, and then Soltlamachia works it forward. Good setup again from the Pint defenders, just making sure they've got that front position. But here comes Fordham, launches it towards the top of the square, across the face and through for behind.
Yeah, Pints are set up quite well up in their back line, but that means there's Waratah free somewhere, so that they've just got to calm down, you know, lower their eyes and hit somebody up, because that just means that they have spares behind the ball as well.
Yeah, and they're just, if you look at the defenders, they're off screen now, but you can just see them sort of a moment ago just rearranging themselves there. So it might be a game where they do have, both sides have that loose defender just helping cut off supply into the forward 50. Now on that backside, Kelly again pushes it forward. Now finds Hillis. Quick one over the top to Collis. He'll go to the top of the square. Jorgensen pushing deep. Comes down into Hollandine. He kept it alive with a soccer. Kicked over the top. Is that a goal? It's gone through there.
I think it was.
The youngster Seb Cox might be one of his first goals in senior footy. And he's, they've made something out of nothing there, the Tars.
No, that was very clever. A clever little soccer off the deck, straight to his teammates' advantage, and then they got it through the big sticks. I just observed before, like, Tars have so many people through the middle of the ground, so instead of bombing it straight in, they can have an easier pathway in, but that was very clever by the Tars forward to get it in there.
Yeah, and I think we saw there making the most of what was, as we said, a bit of an unrealistic attempt, you know, going forward. Very deep in the pocket, they've somehow turned it into nothing. If they can do that more often than not tonight, they'll be on their way. It could be one of those nights where you've just got to take your opportunities, Janet, especially if they are playing with that loose defender. Irvin on McCarthy again in the ruck. Both solid contributors to their sides this year. Fordham at the fall of it for Waratah. Handball comes out and then through to Monty. His kick smothered and then belted forward by Reeves. Very wide. First to it would be Neil. We mentioned coming off that 3-goal effort last week, but the boundary line beats him. We'll have a boundary throw in. Looks like it's just on the paint there. In front of the scoreboard. Punch there over the top from Irvin and back to Kelly. And Biscardo, he launched it. Oh, that one might have caught the side of his boot out on the full. So it'll be Schmetzer loading up for Pint. Looks to centralise the ball. Oh, good mark at the back there from the captain, Dill Collis. He pushes it wide as well. Easy mark there to Hillis. He'll play on. Rolling down, looking for Hollandine, who's held without it. And then, wonky one off the boot there. Just beat Jorgensen.
Oh, kept
Didn't
it
beat Shadforth, who rolls round top of the square. It goes. Oh, at the fall of it, Brody Carroll. He has a snap on goal as well. Gets through their third. Another one, goal made out of nothing, Janet.
Yeah, definitely. Impressive by Shadforth to keep that in, actually. I think he tricked everybody and got it to his mate in Brody Carroll, who snapped that one into the goals. Very impressive to keep it in.
Yeah, that one definitely looked like it was going to be gobbled up by the boundary line, but yeah, very good from the youngster. Already impacted the scoreboard tonight with a major and then with a pretty clever assist there as well. Halfway through this first quarter, Tars have suddenly skipped out to a 3-goal lead. It doesn't feel like it's that much at the moment. I mentioned that Pint half-back line has been really solid so far, bar the last couple of minutes where they've let 2 in, and then that early one a few minutes into the game. How will Pint respond here? McCarthy, Wilson and Moore in the middle for them. Handball comes wide, looking for the runner. Wilson kicks it forward, bounces off the chest of the Tars defender, then picked up by Bates and handballed forward. Almost held without it there was Brett. He'll get it back now on his left. He snaps on goal and he loves it straight away. Instant response from the Green Ants. They get their first on the board, reduce it back to a 12-point margin, I should say. Very early for a 12-goal margin here, Janet.
Yeah, but that was a good by Pines. Just worked it through their hands all the way to goal and a snap at that last minute. But they just got to do that a bit more often. Hey, just one touches and don't let the slippery ball get away.
Yeah, absolutely. Hasn't really felt like they've done much to that point tonight. A few good intercepts, but haven't really controlled any of the play. Might be a bit of a chaotic night for them going forward. Just throw it on the boot and hope for the best. But that's a good start for them. First major on the board from inside that centre corridor is exactly where you want to be kicking them from.
As long as it works, hey?
Exactly. Anyway, through the big sticks. Irvin is doing pretty well in the ruck so far tonight, and then shrugs a tackle. It's a handball out wide. Might get it back here. No, the kick goes forward. Just takes it that 15-metre mark in the hands of Schwarzenberg. He pushes it out wide. Finds more. Another short one. Here they are trying to get the ball onto their pace and the game onto their pace. Fulton with it out wide. Pushes it down the line. Intercepted at half back though. Oh, almost a push off the ball on Emboscado. Unlucky not to get a free kick there. And the free is going to go, I think, the way of Pint. Maybe for a push off the ball. Play just on his haunches now in Andy Jones. Another player who can bob up and kick a couple of goals. Really impressive forward line they roll with Pint. Almost wonder why they haven't kicked more goals, but that one will go through easy as you like. Connor McDonald just taps it with his toes through for their second major of the game and reduce it back to 6 points.
That was very good. Everybody sort of went up for the ball, and whoever stayed down got it. I can't catch the number at the moment who that goal kicker was, but yeah, he stayed down, knew where the goals were, and just sort of shepherded the ball where it landed and kicked the goal. So very good.
I think it might have been McDonald. I think there might be two McDonalds out there. I just saw it and then lost it on my team sheet. But yeah, very handy goal. I think the rest of the players in the vicinity didn't realise it had gone through until, you know, he's halfway up the ground celebrating with his teammates.
Having a famous name like Connor McDonald might do a little bit of magic as well.
Absolutely.
Plays for the Hawks.
Umpire will reclaim that one. Bit of a strange tempo to this one, Janet. Doesn't really feel, we said that Pint didn't feel like they'd done too much for up until the last couple of minutes, I should say, but neither side has really had a lot of control of the ball. Pint's stringing a few touches together now. Two Green Ants collide. That looked heavy. Two of their big targets up forward. Main and Brett, the goal kicker. There'll be a free going the way of Sam Bates there. Riley Main just getting to his haunches. He looks like he's in a bit of strife.
Yeah, that did not look like a good clash. They both stayed down for a little bit there, but their teammate gets to have a shot on goal here now.
Friendly fire there. Riley Main coming to the bench. Unsure if we'll see much more of him tonight, if at all.
He's a big fella, so clashing into him would have hurt.
Yeah, and Ben Brett stayed down for a few seconds as well, but popped back up. The kick.
In other good news,
Bates will equal the scoreline now. So 3 goals, 1 apiece. Pine all of a sudden up and about. Waratah gone to sleep the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, it was a bit of a goal for a little bit there. So with Pint coming back and closing in that scoreline and now being draw, good quarter. It's not very dominant from either side, but very good defending as well.
And I think typically here at DXC, it's the airport end is generally the goal kicking end.
Okay, yep.
We'll see if that stays true tonight. Not necessarily the case. So I think earlier in the season I had 2 games in a row here, and all the goals were scored down one end. The next game all scored down the other end.
Well, it's quite windy, isn't it, for being so humid?
Yeah, there's no flags up, so can't tell exactly which way it's going. It's a bit blustery every direction where we are.
It's not windy, actually, because we've got a fan underneath
Oh,
our
that's
table.
exactly what it is. On half back now, Pint looking to move it again. Schwarzenberg comes off his hands, now back to Puruntatameri. And then work forward. Mark nearly taken, but umpires plucked a free kick out there, going the way of the Tars. Brought back on his line, Brodie Carroll. Wanted to take advantage. He'll roll around onto his left, you'd think, and pop it to the top of the square. Moore goes into that centre corridor, comes off hands at the back. Hollandine was lurking. His teammate got to it instead. Here comes Corey Rich. Now comes off to Lovell. High one, that won't impact the scoreboard, you'd think. Paddled to ground by Shadforth again, and then through behind by Brad Ryan. Elliot Chalmers, bit of a general and half-back for them as well. You'd expect him to be the playmaker for them tonight. Pushes it out wide, looking for McKinney, very wide.
Slipped on his while he marked that ball as well. That representation of how slippery it is out there.
Didn't like the look of much, so it looks like he's just going to go long. Right in front of us again. Oh, good mark from the tall Hart, and will that be... No, I thought the umpire might have caught a 50 for that, but he'll just take it back. I thought he'd try to get a handball away there, Janet. Plays on, rolls round, now pushed it inside 50, spills off hands at the back. Carlin will pick it up, caught on his wrong side though, and instantly on him was Harry McKinney, tackles him over the boundary line. We'll have a ball up in the forward pocket.
Tars are really testing Pints' defence, but they're holding strong right now.
With a 1 point advantage. Dangerous spot here, we're approaching red time as well. Tap down, picked up very easily by Fordham. He just gets it on the boot. Needed to be careful there, Joe Thompson. Goes over the boundary line. Brodie Carroll maybe going for an appeal. In fact, the umpires paid it, so deliberate out of bounds.
Oh, unlucky. I thought that was a very clever accidental knockover.
Fraser Holland-Dean has been impressive the last few games. I think this might be his third game for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, been a crafty forward. Let's see what he can make of this one. Takes 2 steps, wheels round, and he likes that one.
He's got it.
Pearson point to the Stars. Extend the lead out to 7 points. Yeah, a little bit unlucky there from, I think it was Thompson, who gave that sort of tap paddle half handball over the boundary line, but umpires called it for deliberate. And again, there's a lot of strong forward lines up here in the NTFL. I think they've got a good knack of just poaching players from down south who have a really good goal sense. Fraser Hollandine proving to be one of those. And you can't give them too much of a sniff or they'll snaffle it up every time.
Yeah, a lot of down south players kind of use our NTFL season as an off season, staying fit and getting some good footy in. So it's impressive that they all come up here and have a go.
Free kick paid out of the middle will go the way of Pint.
Oh.
Trying to make the most of it was Reeves, but it'll be brought back. 20 minutes into this first quarter here, and you're watching TIO's or AFLNT's coverage of the TIO AFL and made a mouthful of it again, Janet. Not my forte, this part. The AFL NT 2024-25 TIO Premiership season. I think that's ticked the box. Now inside 50, Pint go, comes off hands. Big strong tackle from Fulton on the ground. Salter Lamarckio wrapped up with the ball in hand. Pint had a really handy, almost instantaneous rebound goal earlier in the quarter. Can they do it again at the death? Picked up and kicked forward. Only as far, though, as shot. And Tars, well, they'll work pretty strongly to maintain this one. I think that's Puruntatameri again. Bounces over his teammate. Lovell putting on a chase. Goes back to Chalmers. Finds a man loose in the centre.
Might be on here.
McDonald off to Schwarzenberg. Now inside. Good strong lead out on that far side. Marked by Brad Ryan. Now finds himself in the forward line. Fair way out. Can't quite see if he's assessing his options or just looking to load up and go, maybe a little bit of both. Now pushes back even further off his mark. I think he's going to have a kick here, Janet.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a kick. Caught them on the turnover.
So this to reduce it to a 1-point margin on the eve of quarter time. Very long. It's gone through.
Gone through for goal, yeah.
Big kick on him. Just needed those few extra steps, which he's made the most of. In 1 point, 22 minutes. 1 point the difference, 22 minutes gone in this first quarter here at DXC Arena. Brad Ryan doing it at both ends, putting in a solid display at fullback just a few moments ago, and then kicking a goal up from half forward. A bit disappointing for Rick Nolan. I know he's big on his, I guess, his discipline, and letting a goal through red time wouldn't be on his list of things to do, would it, Janet?
No, yeah, I definitely know what Rick is like as a coach, so he won't be too happy about letting Pints come back with those few goals.
A bit of a scuffle going on. I think Ryan was involved there from Pint, couldn't quite work out the Tars play, but Tars get on with the job, kick it out to their back pocket. Now just looking to reduce the risk, push it down the line. At the fall there, now comes out to Lovell. A little bit of heat in this one, free kick being paid to Pint. In the hands of Cameron Wilson. Been amongst it a bit tonight. Not a good kick though. Straight into the hands of Lovell. He'll push it down to a one-on-one with Hollis.
Pints did well there.
Now pushes it wide. Pint again. And a shot pushed very, very wide. Kept it alive and then oversteps Kelly. Oh, sells a bit of candy as well. Now goes inboard looking for McDonald. Pushes it inside 50. Good set of hands there. Kicked forward from Bates to the top of the square. Goes over the top. Too far for Chris Neild. Through for a behind. Scores level here, Janet.
Yeah, level. That was really impressive by Pints, taking on the game and getting it down there. And now Tars are coming out of their defence now, looking to do the same.
Ricky Monty with the ball in that back pocket. He tries to take them on. Gets held up, gets a handball over Emboscado. He now launches, looking long down the line. Gee, that's a great kick. Found a player, Brody Carroll, in a one-on-one. Almost hit him to the perfect advantage. Now he goes top of the 50. Pushed to Hillis. Now he comes out this near side to Lovell. Oh, geez, just squeezed through there, looking for Carroll again, but missed him. Carroll's putting pressure on McCarthy. McCarthy's kick out of that defensive 50. Now in the hands of Reeves. Further afield to Fulton. And that kick, not a good one. Uncontested mark to the Tars defender. There's that loose player, Janet.
Yeah, they're sort of playing rugby when they both catch each other off a turnover. So just got to look to find a man straight away when they go from offense to defense.
Good hand in there from Jorgensen to make a contest of it. And the ball spills over the boundary line.
Really impressed by Brody Carroll in those sequence of plays there. He got it at the top of the wing and then looked to get it again. Unlucky he didn't get it, but yeah, really impressive with the way he's running around. Yeah, solid work rate as always, Brody Carroll, and one that I'm sure Coach Nolan would be happy to have in his ranks. Another turnover there, this one to Kira Noah, and there's a 50 being paid. Famous AFL family, Timmy Karanua. So I used to play footy with his sister Jules. So really impressive family, footy-wise.
I thought the 50 would have taken him further. Was about to ask, is he in range? But he was about 75 out from goal. That's a beautiful kick though to our man again, Brody Carroll, on the lead.
Yeah, just waited for that one, and Brody came spearing through with a great lead. Now he gets a shot on goal.
kicking. It looks like he's on a pretty straight angle, almost directly in front. There goes the siren. So this to give them a bit of a buffer going into quarter time. 1 point the margin at the moment. He stutters across the paint of 50. Wheels in. He's just pushed it wide. In fact, it's gone very wide. Through for behind. They'll go in with a 2-point lead, Waratah. 4-3-27 leading PINT. 4-1-25. We'll bring you the second quarter after this short break.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
championship season. Oh, on now. Welcome back to DXC Arena. It is Friday the 13th tonight, so a few gremlins going on with our ranks and with our commentator. We thought the fan beneath us was a strong wind breeze before, and had the mics turned off halfway through that intro. But you're at DXC Arena here between PINT and Waratah halfway through the first half. It's about to start the second quarter. 4-1, PINT trailing by 2 points against Waratah, 4-3-27. I'm Will Zwar. With me is Janet Baird. Janet, what do you make of that first quarter? 2 points, a fair margin to Waratah?
Yeah, for the first 5 minutes, I thought Tars were going to run away with it a little bit, but PINTs were still in it. Slippery conditions, both teams really going at it, and Brad Ryan presenting well up forward for PINTs, and I'm being really impressed with Brodie Carroll up the other end as well for Tars. Yeah,
he's been a really impressive, not really a target up there, but just presence there. You know, he's usually crummy at ground level. He's kicked one goal, set up beautifully from Clay Shadforth, and just providing a bit of leadership up there too. Free kick early will go the way of the big ruck, Irvin.
Irvin doing really well in the ruck for Tars as well.
Free kick paid. Looked like there was a tar who just pushed off the contest well off the ball, and it's going to be a free kick going the way of Fraser Hollandine.
Yeah.
Another one who's really crafted, creative forward. Kicked one goal tonight already.
PINTs would be kicking themselves for giving those free kicks away early in the quarter, being so competitive in that first quarter.
Within a minute, he'll kick. Oh, gee.
If that doesn't tell you how slippery the conditions are out there, then I don't know what will. It's been sort of hitting the side of the boot on a lot of players tonight, but that one very obviously to the left.
Didn't even register for a score.
Oh.
No, it has. It's gone through for a behind. But yeah, that one was never looking like it. So they'll come out this near side, which is what we like from the broadcast side. Or good fly there from Kirinoa, possibly a touch too early. Bounces off his chest. PINT looking to push it further down this near side, but a good mark in there from Banbury. Will go laterally, or comes off the chest there of Fordham. Try to work it inside. And there's a lot of green and gold jumpers there who work it forward. Now with Bates, he's taken high for a free kick.
I was just watching Karanyua run that whole time. PINT's mark down there, but I was very impressed with how Karanyua's closing speed on that. Just saw it happen from a mile away. Unlucky to give away that free kick.
Yeah, just never gives up, does he?
Yeah.
So Brad Ryan, he'll line up for his second. Kicked one down the other end late in that first quarter. Other goal scorers for PINT tonight: Ben Brett, Sam Bates and Connor McDonald. See how Ryan goes for his second. That's a much better attempt compared to what Hollandine had down the other end. And they take the lead. I think that might be for the first time tonight, Janet. 5-1-31, leading Waratah 4-4-28.
Yeah, PINTs will be happy with that one.
As you mentioned, they've got a lot of forward targets they can go to up there. Jones is one. Main, I did notice at quarter time he wasn't in the main huddle there. He was off with the trainers a bit back, so unfortunately I don't think we will be seeing him again tonight, but we'll let you know if we do see him pop back over the paint. Chris Neal, he kicked 3 goals last week, and as we mentioned, Brad Ryan got 2 tonight.
Yeah, originally a key defender, apparently, I see on my notes, so doing really well up forward.
Lovell gets boot to ball in the middle, now goes forward for Waratah, picked up by Shadforth and pops off his chest just as fast. Grubber along the ground will come there from McKimmie in the hands of Kelly, pushes it forward, beautifully weighted kick, finds the hands there of Fordham. And he'll have a crack a little bit further out, a little bit tighter, but relatively similar position from what Holland Dean had a few moments ago. That one much straighter. Through for a goal.
Straight through the middle.
Take back the lead very quickly. Bit goal for goal so far in this one.
It's looking like that, isn't it?
Neither team, as we mentioned, really managed to get the flow and the pace, the momentum all their way yet. It's very, it's quite seesaw at the moment, Janet.
Yeah, that credit to both the teams' pressure tonight. It's wet and slippery. They know that players are going to be running over the ball, so the pressure from both sides has been really impressive.
Back in the middle now. Irvin's been really impressive in the ruck, hasn't he? Almost every single contest giving his teammates first option. And there he goes to Carlin again. Then to Lovell, pushes it out wide. Schwarzenberg might get the rub of it here, although getting to it very quick was Hillis. Rolls round, pushed it to centre half forward. Uncontested mark. Very well worked there. To Carlin, I think it was. He pushes inside 50. Finds Lovell, who kept running as well. A little bit too easy there.
Yeah, I would love to see PINT. I think the Tars are awake to how well they're setting up PINT's backline. So they're really lowering their eyes and trying to hit up a target and hit their running midfielders. So good by Tars coach to pick that up early from the first quarter.
And comes Lovell. That one just working its way back. Goes through for a goal. Tars fans happy. Pushes the lead out to 9 points. It's their 6th goal for tonight. He joins Brodie Carroll, Fraser Hollanday, Will Fordham, Seb Cox and Clay Shadforth as the Waratah goal scorers for this evening so far. And I think the main sort of play that we've seen, at least in this quarter anyway, Janet, as well, is that Tars probably getting a little bit more on control, and it is a little bit easier for them working forward. Kind of, when they did rebound for their goal a few moments ago, it did seem like it was a fair bit of hard work for them. But they did manage to get it. Here comes Irvin again. His handball not a good one though. Now pushed forward. Beautifully hit up there, finds Ryan again. Streaming out from full forward. Already kicked 2 tonight.
Seems like they're always looking for Ryan here, so the Tars defenders need to be on top of that. But yeah, gets to have another shot on goal here.
Might have been the replacement for Riley Main, who obviously came off with a nasty head clash in friendly fire. In he comes, making the most of his opportunity up forward, Janet. 3 goals in the first half and 2 this quarter. Brad Ryan doing very well.
Yeah, very nice kick. He was sure about it the whole time, so looking really confident, Brad Ryan.
Back in the middle now. Your umpires tonight: Tim Somerville, Samson Bayman, John Howarth and Nick Brown. Somerville doing the ball up duties now. Irvin, another hit out for him. And he'll get it back. Handball out wide looking for Kelly. Launches it to the top of the 50. Looked like McKimmie was in best position there, but good work from Shadforth to get a hand in and nullify the contest over the boundary line for a throw-in. 13 points the margin. It's out to Kelly again. Carroll couldn't take the mark, hits the deck. Hollandine putting some pressure on. Ooh, big hit there from Shadforth. Umpire will pay for it. Probably just had his eyes a bit too keenly focused on the player rather than the ball there, Janet. Now with Moore out that far side. Maloney comes in, finds Harvey Cleary. Now to Chalmers, forced backwards and then just rolls it forward, but that's a good kick. And then Moore's on in the middle if they want. He goes further down the field, looking for Wilson. Schwarzenberg also trying to have his say, comes out the back. Kelly looking for Emboscado. Turned over again. A lot of red and white jumpers there now. Carlin, he pushed it forward there to Collis. And now we'll go to the run of Corey Rich. Just gained some yardage. Long way down, Chalmers appealing for it. Will just be a boundary throw in. Has done enough to make it look unintentional there, Janet.
Yeah, Tars was set up the whole time, so a lot of white jumpers around the contest and also outside. So Pines need to do something special to get through this with Tars defence at the moment.
Yeah, really strong. They had a lot of white jumpers back there, and when it hit the deck, they're just all willing to do the team thing, not go for the ball, but go for the shepherd and give off those 1%ers where they're required. Free kick will be paid in the middle of the ground, going Waratah's way. Scott Carlin, the recipient, will give it off to a runner. Oh, there's that slippery ball, wreaking havoc again. Toby Hutt needs to be clean here, picks it up and just kicks it wide. Won't get as far as the boundary line. Comes to Wilson, who's wrapped up instantly in a tackle. Big, strong tackle there. Saltalamarkia wanted to go advantage. Umpire's called for a... Has he called for a ball up here? So no prior opportunity. The umpire's call.
I think Wilson was smart. All he had to do there was just hold it and take the tackle on, and that's exactly what he did. So ball up in common territory here. So goodbye, Wilson.
Punt finally get a hit out there. Big strong tackle on Collis, who just goes and gets his arm, gives him a little hug back, doesn't he, Janet? Yeah, very clever play from Wilson before, as you say, just had to absorb the tackle, and umpire's done his job from there. Schwarzenberg picks it up.
Oh.
Try to get a handball over. Works back through traffic to Chalmers, who just weights it very well over the top to centre half forward. There'll be a free kick paid going Pint's way. Just copped him a bit high. Brad Ryan again. Looming is the danger man in tonight's game.
He was smart. He held his ground, and a Tars player just unfortunately put his hand over his shoulder.
Jones a target. Good strong lead. A bit too strong. Bounces off his hands. Waratah could be on the way out here. They've got a player down here on the bench. They go one short of him to Grovers. They did have Puruntata married. They wanted long. That's a beautiful kick to the big fella Irvin. Playing out of his skin. Kicks it across the face, looking for a dangerous position. Carroll forced onto his skates. That's a good, strong tackle on Schwarzenberg. He'll get up, put some pressure on, but Pint, too many numbers at ground level, and they're away on that far side now as well. Here's Shot, the captain, pushes it down the far side. Fulton with ball in hand now. Directing a bit of traffic and then going for the easy target. In fact, this is Fulton now. Might have received it from McKimmie. Looks for half forward. Again, just better positioned Collis on Jones. Banbury on Jones.
Pines players telling his teammates to bomb it straight in and high.
Yep. Just wanting to get it into the danger zone and hope that if it comes off hands, there's enough people at ground level to do the dirty work.
Yeah.
Jorgensen doing the ruck work for Waratah now. Spills out and just thrown on the boot by Grovers again. Pint with the numbers. Ethan Harvey Cleary pushes it forward. Oh, big strong tackle there from Jorgensen. Earned himself a free kick. Now pushes it inside 50. Another good strong lead from the Pint player, but a bit too much zip on the kick and bounces through his hands over the boundary line for a throw-in.
It's exactly what Pines wants, some more stoppages in their forward half, so they better make the most of this one. It was a really great tackle from that Pines player.
Dangerous position looms here for Waratah. Ball comes up now. Pops out, tap forward. Pint trying to extract it. Banbury laying a tackle. Umpire will call for another ball up 14 minutes gone in this second quarter here at DXC Arena. Ball goes up now. Waratah done very well just to remain composed. They get it down to Lovell, who just throws on the boot, gets it out there wide. Running through, I think that was Kirinoa again. We'll come to Lovell. He'll push it to Carlin. And then just a short one out wide. Purintatameri it is. Unsure where to go now. So he goes laterally, finding Lovell. Lovell been a really good contributor tonight.
Yeah, we've heard his name a few times. He's huge workhorse for the Tars at the moment.
Now Collis, he just belts it inside the forward 50. Handball will come over the top, looking for Holland Dean. Now comes to Carroll. Handball back wide to Carlin. Shot. And PINT have runners on the rebound here. Comes out to Schwarzenberg. He pushes it further afield. That one looks like it's gone out on the full.
He could have probably ran that a little bit longer, I think, Will. He had a couple of runners to his left and right, just used them and ran with them a little bit longer instead of kicking it out. But, yeah, Tars here having another go at going into the forward 50.
Looked like the target, Brad Ryan, had a lot more space around him as well, so probably didn't do as well as he could have with the kick either. Carroll lays a tackle on, trying to keep the ball inside their forward half. Carlin pushes back. Cox now forward.
Ooh.
Tap back. Carlin will pick it up. No, he won't. PINT away here. Here comes Neild. Kicks it to the run on there with Bates. Held. No, just pressured. Corralled. Then held without it. He's played that very, very
He
well.
almost got away with it. That was he was doing well until the last minute.
His kick just pushed forward a little bit to the captain's shot. He now goes to a lead in the pocket. Just bounces off the chest of Neil. That bar of soap again. Yeah, very well played in the middle there. I think it was, might have been Bates. Just making sure that he was staying between the ball and his opponent. Opponent eventually relenting and giving up that free kick there, Janet.
Yeah.
Ball comes in the forward pocket now, tapped down off hands. Cox gets a handball back, then gives to Shepherd. Schwarzenberg bounces off his hands. Ferociously attacking the contest there. Purintatameri then gets it back and kicks it out of the defensive 50. Now to Chalmers. PINT have intercepted it just forward of centre. A lot of numbers out there, not as much forward. Although Jones just taps it to advantage. He'll run onto it in the pocket. Or big strong hit there from Barty on Jones. Jones bounces back up. Is it a tough cookie, that one?
Yeah, it was a good fair hit. So, yeah, nothing you can do about that one. Just take it.
Riley Irvin getting a clap from the fans here as he comes off for a well-deserved break on the bench.
Yeah, plenty of fans for Irvin on the sideline here.
Cox, he'll take advantage. Pushes it across this side now. Wow. Good strong mark there in trying conditions to Joel Hillis. The kick, though, anything but. Almost just a grubber along the ground, completely miscued.
I think kind of rushed himself there. Amazing mark. He could have taken a little step back from the mark, but unfortunate. Great mark, though. Yeah,
fantastic mark, especially with the ball. It's been pretty tough for a lot of players to get a hold of tonight. Ball comes out now. I think that was Cox again, who's really coming into the game, just belting it forward. And now, on return, PINT trying to work it out of there. Jorgensen slung to ground after it by Collis. Umpire lets it go. Those two getting into each other a little bit, aren't they?
I'm feeling like they're both lacking a little bit of structure at the moment. They're sort of just playing tit for tat, kicking to each other.
Now comes out to Shadforth on the run. Barely had to break stride. Just got rid of it in time. Or is he's pinged for holding? Thought he might have just gotten away in the nick of time. Another cheeky one. But PINT there away at half back. Wilson pushes it out and they've gone for the switch. Schwarzenberg loves a run and carry. Comes up to the wing now. Launches it inside 50. Punched there by Emboscado. Grover's over the top. Now with Monty. Fraser Hollandine a long way from home. He turns wheels and kicks it. Marked there, I think, by Hillis. It is.
Yeah, great mark there. Had to get down.
Runs round on the snap. Goes over the umpire's head and breaks a mini deadlock here. The first goal.
He's got it.
In about 10 minutes, Waratah extended back out to 9 points.
Yeah, I'm feeling like both the teams kind of lost a little bit of structure there. I was very much kicking to each other and on the ground a lot. So good for Tars to break through and get a goal. Gives both teams a bit of a break, I think.
Yeah, both sides. Waratah sort of working it well through the middle and Pint on the outside, but once they got it to that half-forward line, just couldn't hit up her target easily and make them stick. As we said, Tars finally break through with a goal. But a relatively tight game here at Pint. And a reminder, you're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2024-25 TIO NTFL season. Round 11 clash here last week before the Christmas break. Waratah fresh off the bye last week. Pint with a win against Palmerston. Both looking to get a bit of Christmas cheer here as the ball comes out to Rich. He now pushes it inside 50. Shadforth puts some pressure on and then his arms up, but just a bit too far forward for him. Now running onto it will be Grovers, but a big strong tackle there has come from Mulseed. Ball up in the forward pocket. Clock's entered red time now, Janet. What would the message be from the coaching staff?
I just think man on at the moment. Pints are doing really well keeping them away from the goals at the moment, but yeah, just man on man at the moment.
Wilson held without it. Umpire's seen it that way as well. Again, Pint just almost going for that fake grab of the ball, absorbing the tackle and earning the free kick out of it. Done that a few times tonight. Pushes it down the line very wide, but will stay in play. Comes over the top. Now picking it up is Brett. Another one very wide has gained some ground and bounces over the boundary line. Will be a boundary throw-in.
Got the Tars fans calling for a deliberate, but Umpy says it's a ball up, so good result for Pints.
Obviously, Janet, in the women's game they play with the lasso rule. Do you think it works? Do you think it's something that could be translated into the men's game, or the boundary throw-ins are a fair option?
Boundaries thrown for the boys. It's a different type of game, men's and women's AFL. So keep the lasso for the girls at the moment. I think the boys tend to have the boundary throw in a little bit better, but yeah, lasso for the girls. It's been a good little intro. I think I've been a fan of the lasso rule for the girls. Yeah,
it's really interesting the impact it has on the tactics and the strategy of the game as well, particularly. Obviously, in that girls' game, or the women's game, you do see players a lot more keen to keep it well within the boundary line, whereas for the men, they'll push it right to the edge as far as they can go. Here comes Thompson from the back line now. Pushes out that far side. Jorgensen overran it. We'll go back and have a second bite. Handball comes inboard.
Got runners in the middle.
And he'll look for the run now of Bates. 2 to beat, and that's very well done. I think that's Brody Emboscado. Now pushed out to Corey Rich all by himself, and he's got a runner as well. You'd think he's going to go over the top. He will, to Keranoa, who feigned one over the top. Kept going, short, sharp one, beautiful. Just didn't overthink it. Saw the target and Carlin Heddon's gone to him. Now he pushes it. Another easy option to Carroll. Interesting to see what the premiership skipper does from here. Will he load up and have a shot? He'll have to now, as that's the halftime siren. Can't quite see the paint. I think he'll be kicking from about 45 or 40 when he gets onto it. Reasonably tight angle. I think they've got deep pockets here at Marara. But we'll see how this one plays out. Their second shot after siren so far tonight. The first one, that first quarter, missed. That one is much straighter.
Just to the left.
And clears hands through for a goal. Brodie Carroll loves it. His second of the night, and they will go in with a 15-point lead at half-time, Janet.
Yeah, very impressed by Tars. I think that goal belonged to Brodie Emboscado from the back line, not being biased as a half-back myself, but he just left his man and impacted and got that down for Tars down there. So good job by Tars.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was a must-win contest for Emboscado. Could have easily resulted in a goal the other way. Instead, they've turned it over. Good running, great running as well from Kiranoa down this near side, and obviously to Carroll as well for finishing it off. His second for the night. Other goal scorers for Waratah in this first half: Fraser Hollandine, Will Fordham, Tanner Lovell, Joel Hillis, Seb Cox and Clay Shadforth. For PINT, they're on 6-1 for a total of 37, trailing by 15 points. Their goals, 3 of them to Brad Ryan, singles to Ben Brett, Sam Bates and Connor McDonald. We'll bring you the second half after this halftime break.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Welcome back to DXC Arena here for round 11 action between Waratah and PINT. You're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 2024-25 TIO NTFL season. It is a 15-point margin here at half-time. Waratah with the points in their favour. 3 goals so far tonight to Brad Ryan for PINT and singles to Ben Brett, Sam Bates and McDonald. Ryan leads all comers tonight, and for Waratah, Brodie Carroll has a pair up his sleeve. Singles going to Fraser Hollandine, Will Fordham, Tanner Lovell, Joel Hillis, Seb Cox and Clay Shadforth. I'm Will Zwar. With me tonight is Janet Baird. Janet, it's a 15-point margin. That was extended late by Waratah. Otherwise, it's been a relatively even, if not a seesawing contest tonight. How have you seen it?
Yeah, definitely both teams are going at it. Huge pressure game with both teams putting it on. But, yeah, Tar's just lucky to extend that lead at the end there. Rick Nolan would be happy with that one. Yeah, keen to see the next half of this game because it's been pretty good so far.
Yeah, absolutely. It just seemed to pick up the pace and the tempo, and the skills got a bit cleaner as we got into the last 5 minutes or so of that second half, of that second quarter, I should say. Prior to that, relatively scrappy. Seems like both sides are playing a loose defender, which they've done a good job rebounding from the defensive 50, but had a hard time penetrating. Riley Irvin, my pick at the moment for best on ground, he's absolutely dominated the ruck. Here he goes again, getting a handball out wide to Lovell.
His partner in crime, Lovell, he's been sort of reading everything that's coming off his hands tonight.
And the other big news out of tonight so far, looks like Riley Main is off with a nasty head knock with some friendly fire in that first quarter. Here comes Fraser Hollandine, just tried to turn his opponent inside out but tackled and pinged for holding the ball.
He kind of knew what he did there but still shaking his head.
Molseed will push it back. Umpire calls play on. Now with more.
Ooh.
Gee, not a clean kick. Just hacked off the ground there by
Made
Schmetzer.
it work.
I think that's Schwarzenberg on that far side. Been a bit lax with their kicking early in this stage, PINT. A few nearly intercepts, and Waratah threatening, though they're not really attacking the ball either, are they? Scrap continues. PINT defender there in Maloney just almost bouncing into his opponent rather than attacking the ball. Now gets out of the defensive 50. Jones tried to get on the run through and tried to tunnel ball it through, and I think he's done himself a bit of trouble there. Umpire will call for a high tackle or a high infringement going PINT's way. They launch to centre half forward now. Another whistle blown. Will go the way of Waratah. Push it out this near side through Kelly. Not a good kick though. Chalmers nearly took it running back with a flight. Wrapped up by Monty. Got a handball away to Maloney. He was wrapped up himself and got a handball away. And then spills out again. A few of those in a row. A lot of pressure early in this one. Now Shadforth looking for Carroll. He's wrapped up by a couple. Handball from PINT comes back to Rich. Here goes a short one. And you'd think everyone's just going to take a little breath here, aren't they, Janet? No.
No.
Fordham plays on instantly. Maybe he should have because his kick's turned over. Lovell, he tried to turn and go, but there will be a free kick paid Waratah's way.
Oh, he's just bringing it back to his teammate. So
no advantage.
No advantage is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, Lovell, another one of the better players in tonight's game. Janet, kicked 1 goal already.
Yeah, he's been everywhere tonight, Lovell. So if he gets this one, credit to all his hard work in the midfield. Oh, great kick.
Winds up. That one clears the pack.
He's claiming he touched it. Yep.
Will be a behind. Seven scoring shots to 13, though it feels closer than that, and almost feels closer than the 16-point margin we've got ahead of us, Janet.
Yeah, PINTs have. I've actually been impressed with their goal kicking tonight. So very much less goal kicking to what Tars have got, but they're maximising on their entries and putting it through the 2 big ones.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think their method as well, more so than Waratah, has been to get it in that central corridor where you know, more likely to kick them than not, given the ease of angle you've got. Waratah have had a few where they've sort of pulled a rabbit out of a hat, and potentially that is telling on their score of 8 goals and 5 behinds. But nonetheless, in wet conditions, 6-1 is a handy feat. Is running forward here is McKimmie, caught on his wrong side, caught in 2 minds as well, and then a check side will come from the pocket, will go across the face and bounces. In fact, it's bounced outside the field of play, so it'll be a free kick going there to Kirinoa. Hasn't done a lot tonight, but you've noticed him when he has, haven't you? He's been absolutely explosive when he gets his wheels going. Yeah,
he's one of those players who, tonight especially, like, it's almost like he's about to do something, and he's on like the grasp of doing something amazing. So I'm really excited to keep watching this kid.
Yeah, had a really, really impressive run late in that quarter. That second quarter now comes through. Moore has a snap on goal, but just hooks it a bit too much. Oh, I thought it might have bounced through the right way. It just goes the wrong side of the post. $15 points the margin. Collis doing the kick-out duties. Oh, he's missed Banbury, bounces over. We'll have a boundary throw in. In fact, it's out on the full.
I think it was out on the full, yeah.
So PINT now have an opportunity from a tight angle. Well, Jones, he looks like he's confident. He's not going to centre it. He'll go back and have a snap from the pocket. Under the light tower, deep in the pocket. Oh, he's done that well, but not well enough. Another behind for PINT. Peppering the goals early in this third quarter. Collis plays on, goes for a barrel, half gets it there, and nutmegs Maloney. Rich will get it off the half volley, then handball it back to Lovell, working down.
Oh, nice punch.
Carroll, who's thought he did a good job body-wise, but good work there from Jorgensen just to contain him. Ball comes up and goes over. Rare hit out against Irvin.
Yeah.
Head high contact against Fordham there will go the way of Moore.
I think he slipped that last minute and got copped high.
Pushed it down looking for a pack. Wilson thought he came through with it, now spills off hands. McCarthy got it off to Wilson, who edged it forward.
Ooh.
Now comes to Fordham again. Out to Rich. Rich will have to put on a shepherd, and he does for his mate Sol Flamakia. Now pushes it to the top of the 50. Holland Dean came in from a long way back but couldn't get into the right position, and it spills over the boundary line now. PINT still searching for their first win at home this year, Janet. 14-point deficit. This game definitely within their realm. They've got a bit of ground to make up. Ball still in dispute. Tapped forward there from Reeves. Pushed under it by Thompson. And then kicked into space, trying to get it out of there. PINT. Collis picks it up. He's got support there in Kelly. And then earns himself a free kick. Schwarzenberg just getting him after he's gotten rid of the ball. Somewhat of a clogged forward line though.
Yeah, a fair few people in the forward line at the moment.
We'll just push it up to that hot spot. Comes off hands. Again, just belts it out of there. Oh, could have been one of those almost moments, Janet, with Kirinoa running through. don't think he ended up touching the football in the end, and Waratah earned themselves a free kick inside 50. It seems like both sides have been a little bit lazy with their discipline. Nothing malicious, but just giving away unnecessary frees where they don't need to, Janet.
Yeah, definitely. Might be that fatigue starting to set in, so they're all trying to lay big hits and trying to get a free kick, but you've got to watch the head, got to look after the person you're tackling.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't want to say, I don't know if saying the easy way out is necessarily it, but just that focus dropping means that they're probably dropping things like exactly where their arms are on the tackle, where their opponent's bodies are as well. That kick is well across the face and out on the full.
Love to see PINT just calm down a little bit and hit targets. A fair few times they're trying to get it out and just blaze away.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's the 50 being paid there. Just encroached over the mark. Moleseed.
The task player can't be the, man on the mark. He's going to stop running.
Moleseed trying to milk every inch of that, almost going for the second 50, but he doesn't need to, and he kicks like that. Beautiful one up to McDonald. Now comes to Fulton, inside 50, pushing out to that far side, over the top of Ryan. We'll have a boundary throw in, and just like that, PINT have turned defensive pressure into a scoring opportunity.
Really good transition from PINT there. They just really needed to clean up their skills and hit targets and have runners running off, running through. So that was good by them. Fulton with the forward 50 entry. Love to see that more.
Irvin taps it down. Monty gets it through to the run of Fordham. Lovell almost held without it. That's come out of the PINT playbook, and he's earned himself a free kick. Gets a handball off to Carroll. He goes for a run, weaves through traffic, and then just pushes it beyond the pack. Again, Chalmers just cleaning up the junk at the back of the pack. That kick, though, not a good one. Fordham almost spun his 360 degrees. Holland Dean now trying to have his say on the contest. Comes out to shot. His handball errant as well. Oh, that kick is he's almost hooked that a little bit too much. Luckily for Collis, he's got a fair bit of space. Try to get it over the top to the runner, but if anything, put Banbury under pressure. Now comes back, and Reeves, he'll get it off. PINT now with the numbers, they get it through here.
Yep, those are those runners that I really want to see from PINT. Doing really well.
Looking now, here's McKimmie on his left. Oh, he's just hooked that one through for a behind. Three points this quarter, PINT, and yet to score a major.
Yeah, but they're looking good, PINTs, because I'm really appreciating their running in numbers. So doing that more often obviously is working for them. So they just got to do the last little bit and get it through the goals. But keep doing that, it'll result in something. Yeah,
it feels like there's a little bit of pressure mounting, just waiting for that dam wall to break. Waratah just the one goal, I think, this quarter themselves.
Sensing a lot of tired legs out there at the moment.
Ball comes in. Irvin tried to take it out of there. Instead takes it off the ground. Kicked over the top. Now Rich, he handballs it back. Pushed down the line. Spills off Purintatameri's hands. Now PINT work it forward, get to Wilson, he'll turn and go. Offered support from his teammate Moore. Double fister from Waratah working back. Emboscado will lay a tackle. Getting through there was McCarthy. He pushes it across to the fat side. Collis playing in front, earns himself a mark.
Nice defending from Collis there. Just played in front the whole time and got the mark.
He will push it out wide. And again, just going down that far side now with Kelly. Doesn't seem to have a hell of a lot forward from there. Offered a lead a long way down the line. I think that might have been from Govers. Just turned over, and Fulton has it on centre wing.
Nothing to kick to at the moment.
Both sides finding it hard to work it forward from that centre spot. just breaking the packs and hoping that one of the runners can get on their bike a bit quicker than their defenders, Janet.
Like I said before, I think there's a lot of tired legs out there, so the one thing that they really need is one thing they can't produce at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see some more runners just working through. It'll be good for them.
They need to, it almost feels like they need to be looking for those tall targets and get a mark rather than the run. I know it's not going to be an easy night with the wet humidity. If they can take a mark, as McCarthy's done there, though he's given away a free kick. And Hollandine will turn and go. Lovell. He goes to a one-on-one. That's what we like. But Maloney just in a better position offers a good spoil. Ball deep in that pocket. 15 minutes gone through this quarter. Now tap down. Moore pushes it back. Pint trying to work it out of their defensive 50. Corey Rich, ball just skipping away from him there and over the boundary line. He was nearly away with it, wasn't he?
One-on-ones all over the field at the moment, so I wonder if the messaging is out there is to defend the scoreline, but Tars need to keep, hammering at the goals and get a bit of a lead because Pints are on their way. I can just feel it.
Yeah, they definitely feel like they're gaining more and more control of this game as the seconds tick down. They just need to make it count on the scoreboard. Oh, nice. Mary, a few almost maybes there as well. And then through McCarthy, he pushes it back. Chalmers now again looking for that option down the line. Goes through hands and over for a boundary throw in. And it seems like both sides as well are kind of happy for that neutral outcome, that roll over the boundary line, down the line, almost more so than they are looking for a target. Irvin, he now taps it down. Wilson back to Schwarzenberg. He can go for a run. Looks down the line. I think they've bounced off the head of Salter Lamarkia. And has the umpire called out on the full? He has. I need to go and fetch the ball from over the fence. There goes Patch Clapp doing the hard work as well as grabbing some of those epic photos you see. Now down the line, Waratah looking to reset. Oh, who is going to take the mark? It's going to be the big fella, Riley Irvin, isn't it, Janet?
BOG on the field at the moment. He's everywhere and, huge for Tars at the moment.
Good kick as well. Finds a target inside 50. They've gone for the advantage there, and I'm not sure if that's paid off, but in comes Puran Tatameri. Oh, through for a behind. But finally a score for Waratah. Seemed unlikely in these last 10 or so minutes. Schmetzer pushes it wide.
Waratah's done really well to set up ground.
And this is where it is falling over for Pint. They've got nothing to go to, so they'll almost look for the switch, but you can just about guarantee they're going to have the same problem down that far side wing as well, aren't they? So they'll stick and persist with this side, though only as far as Jorgensen, who started at full forward tonight and have rarely seen him there since. I think he might be one of those ones who's dropped back behind the ball. He will launch looking for Dean Holland. Comes off hands and over for a boundary throw-in.
He was looking for a lead, but there was a lot of Pines players just clogging up the space down there, so really good defence by them. It just means that there's Tars players loose at the top of the 50. Would love to see that Tars use that as their advantage as well going into the 50.
Ooh. Slippery deck there is I think it's Schwarzenberg. He takes a trip. Pushed out wide looking for Chalmers, but Lovell again I'd say a close second to Irvin, and then the third you could throw a blanket over for who comes up on the podium in terms of other players on the ground. But those two, I think, are the stands out at this stage. Now comes through Hillis, and Fordham it is, trying to have his say, wrapped up in a tackle though. Ball up on that forward flank. Here comes Carroll, he breaks the line, gets a handball away. Instantly wrapped up in a tackle. Now comes Lovell again. Handball back. Jorgensen skies it. Good mark in that back line. Chalmers goes for the deliberate option. Now pushes it to Jones. Again, working it down the line slowly but surely, just chipping away at the distance. Goes through hands now. There goes Kirinoa. And easy as that, a turnover. Rich, told to play on, took half a step, that was all he needed to give the umpire. Comes off hands again. Hillis. Oh, threads the eye of the needle with that one. Clay Shadforth, unlucky not to receive a 50.
He looks confident that he touched that one, but umpire obviously not seeing that one.
And he has received a 50, so Schmetzer just put a bit too much body pressure on after the mark. And that's an unfortunate one for them to give away in a game that otherwise has been a bit of a deadlock this quarter.
Yeah, unlucky to give that one away.
It's just the second goal we've seen this quarter. Takes the margin out now to 20 points. 9-6-60. Waratah leading PINT 6-4-40 as you're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 2024-25 TIO NTFL season. Last game for both these sides before Christmas, and Tar's now out to a game-high 20-point lead on the eve of three-quarter time. Shadforth, he picks up his second, and he becomes the second multiple goal scorer for Waratah behind Brodie Carroll. Now punched forward there, Pint trying to make amends. They've done that a few times as well, so you can't write them off, but a bit too little too late, and it was on the eve of three-quarter time that Waratah got that goal from a 50-metre free kick. Bit of a coach killer there, but we'll see how Pint can respond. They face a 20-point deficit on their way for what they hope is their first win at home this season. We'll bring you the final instalment of tonight's game after this three-quarter time break.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Welcome back to DXC Arena. You're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 2024-25 TIO NTFL season. Round 11 action. It's a 20-point margin here. Waratah holding on by 3.5 goals against PINT. Yet to win their first game at home. They'd be really keen to get the chocolates tonight and hopefully a bit of Christmas cheer before we head into the break here in the NTFL. I'm Will Zwar. With me is Janet Baird. Janet, 20 points in the context of the game. It's a decent margin, the biggest margin we've seen tonight, but is it insurmountable for the Green Ants?
It's definitely not. It's still got 30 minutes to go in this last quarter, so Pines can still go over and, you know, celebrate the win. But yeah, Tar's just really good at the moment. I've been really impressed with their defense and their setup when they get it into their deep 50.
Yeah, both backlines been really, really strong. I think Pine have had a little bit more trouble trying to penetrate through. Looks like it's Big Jorgensen, who's Mitch Jorgensen for Waratah, who's been playing that sort of loose player behind the play. Tar's appealing for a deliberate over that goal line. Umpire having none of it. And Pine with the first, it's Tars with the first score of this final term. Margin now out to 21. Chalmers to do the kicking in. Just kicks it long and high. Looking for Jones. Wraps up there by Moore, put under a fair bit of pressure. Jones, he's copped a couple of awkward looking ones tonight, hasn't he? There'll be a ball up at high half forward for Waratah. Umpire's done a good job tonight. John Howarth, Nick Brown, Samson Bayman, Tim Somerville. Now Cox wrapped up in a tackle. Ball spills out. It's pinged for holding the ball. Umpire will bring it back though.
Pines were on there.
Just an extra number in the right spot.
Gives Tars a bit of time to set up now with that impressive backline that we spoke about. So Pines will have to do something special here.
Unlucky free kick, I thought, a bit stiff there. Young Cox. Goes through the hands there of Kelly. Oh, a little bit of candy gone. And then ping for holding the ball. A little bit too cute there from Kirinoa. We'll come back to Brett. Just directing the play ahead. Needs to move quickly before the white jumpers flood back. That's exactly what they do. And it's Toby Hutt. Puts a fist in the way, comes off hands and over for a boundary throw in.
You can't be too cute with bombing that up with a 3-on-1 disadvantage to the Pines player. They reckon either bomb it straight to the person, be really deliberate with it, or go for goal yourself.
Ball goes in now. Still in a dangerous position though for Pine. Janet, they're in that centre corridor, which is where they've been most dangerous tonight. Up to half-time, very accurate, just the one blemish. Bit more pressure put on them going forward in that third quarter. Banbury now with the ball in hand, looking to come down this near side.
Oh, great grab.
Just burst through there, and Hillis pushes it forward now. Coming over the top was Shadforth. Ethan Harvey Cleary gets hands on it, works it forward. Now Schmetzer tries to put hands on it.
Goes mother.
Rolling back through Connor McDonald, now back through Moore. Harvey Cleary again. Wilson couldn't take the mark. Good pressure from Monty, and then hitting the deck there was Reeves, but he manages to keep his feet. Works it to his captain. Here comes Kirinoa. Somehow he's gotten that without even laying a tackle, just put the pressure on. There's been a free kick paid though, and it's gonna come back to Kirinoa. Must have been hit late after he got rid of it.
Karen Hughes sort of said, I don't want the free kick. Take the advantage, but it does go back to him.
Now pushes out to Banbury in hot pursuit. Oh, good
Almost.
Pressure there. Got the ball away, but a defensive mark will go there to Moleseed this time. He'll push it wide. Looks like he's gone directly to Joel Hillis, who's juggled a mark. Tied on the boundary line. Bit of confusion on the Waratah bench. You can probably hear Rick through the mics directing plays. Kick goes forward for Tars. Looks like there's a bit of cramp out there as well. You mentioned, Janet, a lot of tired-looking boys out there. Handball from Molstead will go over the top to Maloney. Not a bad barrel in the end, but no accuracy behind it. Lands in the lap of Fordham.
Both teams working super hard in defence, so I think that's where the tired legs are coming from. It's just that offence. They just gotta keep going. Gotta play the whole game.
Yeah, they're not really doing the two-way running, but I guess to their coaches' delight, they're both doing the hard way, the running uphill rather than the running downhill. Wilson, the fans calling for a free kick his way. Might not need it as he goes to Fulton in the middle of the ground. He got a handball forward to Shot. They're under pressure, but they've got a player in space. Now they'll get it out to 2. McKimmie took it uncontested. He'll push back. In that centre corridor he goes, and I don't know what he was thinking. He just almost acted without thinking properly, and he's turned it over. That was a golden opportunity for them. A lot of numbers free.
Can't even tell you what happened there. There was kind of Pints players just standing around, and then Tars just attacked the ball.
Free kick will go the way of Tars on half back. I think for them in particular, they wouldn't mind this sort of slow-paced game that we've seen, particularly in this second half. It's Pint who need to think about how can we change the flow. Time nowhere near a factor yet, but the way the game is going, they'll need to get on their bikes sooner rather than later.
It seems like the team that's on top at the moment is the one that's attacking, so they've come out firing. I would love to see Pints do that just so they can catch up a little bit. And here's Tars.
Through for behind.
Yeah, here's Tars like smashing it through attack. I would love to see Pints do the same, but at the moment it seems like they're playing a little bit too safe for somebody that's, 20 points behind.
Now push out. They find Fulton. And I think they sort of nearly had the right idea with McKimmie on half forward there, but they just didn't execute it nearly as well. And there, here comes Maloney trying to put some pressure on. Oh, so too Neiled. Big, strong front on tackle. Gives away the free kick. Maybe a bit too aggressive there. Trying to create a spark.
Yeah, trying to inspire his teammates. Just a little bit too front on there.
Free kick will go the way of Kelly. So he'll load up, goes in to the top of the square, bounces through hands, now out into the pocket. Oh, it's kicked well out of bounds on the full, and that could put Tars into a scoring position. Seconds keep ticking. Waiting for the ball to come back. 22 points the difference here, Janet. Pint need 4 goals. They've kicked 6 for the match. And more importantly, they probably need to change the flow of the game. As you say, they haven't really come out attacking up until that Neiled bump just a few moments ago, and he probably didn't do it in the manner that they would have needed, giving away a free kick along the way. Somehow that one's not been paid now, and Fuller must have been touched on the way through. Chalmers wrapped up in a tackle.
Oh.
And there's a free kick paid there.
For Tars.
Looking like it'll come the way of Will Fordham, who's kicked 1 goal tonight. In he comes. Pushes it through. That one will go through for a goal. So he opens the account for this final quarter. Just a second goal for the half. Both of those have gone to Tars. Now out to a 28-point lead. From here, they're in a pretty commanding position. 9.5 gone in this final term here at DXC. Puts them in a good position for post-Christmas. Obviously, with the bye last week, Janet, it means that they won't get a bye once they return in January. Having only played Pine, it still means they'll have a lot of those contending teams still to come. So they'd be happy to bank this one away. Just want to make sure they ice it from here. Irvin in the ruck. His game slowed down a little bit in this second half with a lack of centre bounces. But still been really good. Here he goes again. Booming kick forward, having a real impact. Pint off half back. Can they create a spark from here? Get it on the run. Here comes Maloney. Over the top to Wilson. Almost could have kept going, but instead he'll hold it up. Push back, look for an option. Goes over that option. Off the half volley. Oh, nearly. He's pinged for holding the ball and he didn't get rid of that one. Fulton. So maybe Wilson should have kept going.
Just needed to find a target there.
You can really feel that lapse in focus as the ball shoots out, goes towards goal. It's hit the post.
Oh, he wanted to go quick there, and he might.
Comes in, looking for Kelly. Just overcooks it a little bit. Irvin nearly picked it up, caught his boot on the way through. Bump in there from Kiranoa. Handball will come back. McKimmie, he dropped the ball. Had a few blemishes in this one, but got it to the run there of Reeves it was, sorry. He now goes long down the line. Comes in, hits his player, and here comes Bates. He'll snap towards goal. Has got too much on it? No, it's gone through for a goal. And you can hear the Pint fans erupt here. Maybe that's the spark they need to get going. I haven't heard that cheer for a long time, Janet.
Yeah, not since the first half, so that was really important for Pines to get that one through and did so very impressively.
The flashy sort of goal that you want as well, just to show, you know, we aren't rolling over. We're here to mean business. We're here to put on something for the fans as well.
Yep, and we heard the home crowd go wild just then, so more of that, please, Pines.
Currently, I think they've only just got the 3 wins so far this year. They do, which means heading into Christmas, they'd probably need to win every game thereafter and hope some results go their way.
Ooh.
Free kick will be paid against Pint though, so instantly Waratah flexing their muscles. Joel Hillis just pushing back. Too far out to score, you'd think. Ball comes off hands out the back. Umpire pays a free kick going Pint's way. Just a bit too much body contact on there. And he'll bring it back again. He'll push out that far side.
Great kick.
Wilson, see if he can do a better job this time. Again, didn't hit his teammate. Running through, burning him. Soltalamarkia has a shot on goal. Just across the face and through the hands of Fraser Hollandine. That could almost have been the blow that the Tars needed to land. Pint go long down the middle this time. Something different. Fulton, then to Wilson.
It might work for them.
Now to a runner. Can't keep the ball though. Collis offers a bump. Nearly gave away. Free kick for kicking in danger. Umpires let it go. Fulton kept running. Another kick inside 50 though. Just a bit errant.
I like that. I don't mind that. Pines just need to be risky and go through the middle. They need to try something different. something's just not working out for them at the moment, so they need to take the risk.
And the mistakes that they're making aren't sort of, they're not mistakes that are coming from taking those risks. It's from poor execution as well. That kick going inside 50 is where it fell apart, not from the nearly slip up in the middle of the ground that they were able to recover from. Here's Wilson. He's gotten I think this is his third time on half back, probably in the last 6 minutes or so. Both of the previous two didn't hit the target. Let's see what he can do with this one. Again, just pushes it wide.
Just hurting themselves with a little bit with their own mistakes off the boot. So I would love to see Pints just hit some targets and go from there. Tars are just capitalising on all of the Pint mistakes at the moment.
And at the moment as well, Tars don't need to do too much. They just need to not make their own mistakes. So it's really Pint's game to try and win back rather than Tars needing to do anything extraordinary here. Free kick will go the way of Waratah, and a 50-metre penalty as well, which is an absolute coach killer for Mark Wiley. Didn't see what the blemish was for there, Janet. But
I think so. He marked it, but he didn't hear the whistle, and he tackled the player that marked it, thinking it was still play on. Gave away that free kick.
So Scotty Carlin, vice captain of this side, been really consistent performer for a number of years now, particularly this year. That one will go through and takes the margin now out to a 30-point lead in favour of Waratah. Almost 16 minutes through this one. Important win for Waratah. It will put them in third place at the end of tonight. Means that Nightcliff may jump them again at the end of the round if they beat Wanderers, thanks to that game that was called off a few weeks ago against Buffs as a result of the awful injury in the Women's Premier League game. Ultimately, that one could it's out of Waratah's hands, but could be one which comes back to hurt them on the final ladder. But they'll be happy with their result tonight. 5 goals up here. Pint have kicked just 7 for the night. Neil, he works it back, try to work it forward. And now they're exploding away again, looking for a risk. Jones, he takes the mark at centre-half forward. And then another poorly executed kick. Jones diving on it to try and make amends. Collis, he'll pick it up, just throw it on the boot and work it down again. Pint hurting themselves, Janet.
Yeah, I feel for them, but Tars are that good that they're going to make you pay if you make mistakes like that.
Yeah, top 3 side of the competition, from what I've seen this year, probably just ahead of Nightcliff and Tiwi.
Ooh.
Probably just behind St Mary's as well, and Southern District's the clear leaders, but you can't be making the mistakes that Pint have tonight and expect to get away with it. Hillis hit late after disposing of it, so there'll be a free kick.
Some huge hits in this game.
Yeah, a few times it's almost threatened to boil over. Almost surprising there hasn't been more, given how big some of those hits have been, but players keeping relatively composed. Will come back and be a free kick now to Fordham.
Great mark from the umpire.
Done a fabulous job tonight, the umps.
Yeah, they have.
Ball goes inside 50 now. Chalmers looking to pick it up. Carroll gets a handball out.
Hold.
Almost a hold there. Now spills out.
Still holding.
Worked out. Umpire whistle goes. Will be a free kick again.
Yeah.
Waratah's way.
That couldn't see who that was, but that Tars player was getting held down right after he got rid of the ball. So good call by the umpire there.
So will be Corey Rich having a shot on goal. He's been pretty good tonight as well, Janet, without setting the world on fire. Just played his role there on the wing. Really handy runner for them, so not necessarily his night given how scrappy it's been. Comes in and kicks.
Ooh.
Has that one made the distance? Just touched on its way through.
Touch, yeah. No, it's a lot of unrewarded running on the wing, so I played a little bit of that when I played professionally, but he's done a really good job tonight.
Now spills over. Looks like Emboscado's hit the ground pretty hard. Hopefully nothing too untoward there.
I think he stayed down.
keep an eye on him. Still on the ground. Yeah, just clutching something. Ball now comes over the top. Carlin gets the handball out. Fordham dropped it. Pushing forward with Schmetzer. And there'll be a free kick going the way of Pint.
Great call.
2 Tars players down behind ball. Looks like one on that far side has just copped a knee to the back. I think it might be Toby Hutt. Back to play. In fact, no, here's Hutt here. So he kicks it high to no one in particular. Fulton, oh gee, he's got 3 to get through. That ball, not a kind bounce for him. Now Brett, he tried to work it into McDonald, got a handball through. Moore launched it to the hot spot. 2 to beat, kept it in front of him, Ryan did. But then the numbers just beat him at ground level. And then bounces off hands, still alive.
Ooh,
Gets
nice.
around a second. Now looking out for Grovers. Couldn't take the mark. Put under pressure, but gets boot to ball just inside the field of play. And done very well. Ooh, out on the full.
Great defense.
It's come off Chalmers' foot and out on the full there. Sort of sums it up their night a bit, Janet.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the way Tars worked that one out of their defense. So unfortunate for Pints, but yeah, impressive by Pints. By Tars.
Here comes Hollandine, Fraser Hollandine it is. That's not a good kick. Turns it over to Shot. As we tick over towards the 21-minute mark here in the final term. You're watching AFL and T's coverage of the 2024-25 TIO NTFL season. Seconds counting down. Disappointing night for Pint. 31 points down in what's a game-high lead for Waratah. Been a really impressive night for them. Irvin competing again and getting the ball at ground level. Just a bit of a never say die attitude. Had a match-saving spoil in a tight game against Saints earlier this year. Now comes out Pint, as we mentioned, have needed to take risks and they've sort of started to do it late in these last 10 minutes, but they needed it probably in the 2 quarters before that, where they really stagnated in this game. It's just gotten a bit away from them too quickly and become too hard for them, Janet.
Yeah, Shadford with a very casual mark there, and he gets a shot on goal for his 3rd.
This will be for his 3rd.
Yep.
Kicked a really, really clever goal in that first quarter. Followed it up with a second on the eve of 3-quarter time. I think it was the last kick of that quarter. And he'll line up now for number 3. Builds his run up. It's a good kick on it. Just touched on. Oh! As Grove has kicked it through.
Yes,
He has. Good goal there from Adam Govers. And extends the lead 37 points. Probably not a fair representation of the match tonight. But in the end, I think Pint just maybe not as fit as they would like, needing that Christmas break a bit more than Tars, who were coming off their bye last week.
Yeah, credit to Ricky Nolan's coaching as well. I thought they've been set up quite well behind the ball. So every time Pints have been pestering at them, Tars have just been, the structure that they have behind the ball have been really good. Hit them on the rebound as well a few times. So, credit to the coach. Impressive coaching tonight.
Ball comes up now. The second time this season Waratah will beat Pint, which for Rick Nolan, as we mentioned, I think he had 7 years at the helm of the women's team at Pint. Prior to that, St Mary's.
Yes, St Mary's, yeah.
Very happy to get 2 wins in his first season against his old club, Janet.
Yeah, he'd be very happy, even though he doesn't really show it much.
And there is the final siren. So a 37-point margin in favour of Waratah. They jump back up to 3rd spot on the ladder for Pint. Left in this season, they need just about everything to go right for them and a few things to go wrong for others. 12-11-83 Waratah's final score. Pint 7-4-46. The goal scorers tonight For Pine, it was Brad Ryan with 3, Bates with 2, McDonald and Brett with singles. And for Waratah, it was 2 to Shadforth and Carroll, and singles to Govers, Hollandine, Fordham, Scott Carlin, Tanner Lovell, Joel Hillis and Seb Cox. Janet, do you have a 3-2-1 ready at this stage, or anyone who you saw as the better players on tonight's field?
I thought Brad Ryan early on in the game, a bit quiet by the end, but I thought he was very impressive in the first half. Irvine, the big ruck, he, in that last 30 seconds of play, had about 5 efforts. I've never seen a ruck do that. And then Lovell was really good all night as well.
Yeah, for me, I think our best on ground was Big Riley Irvin. Probably not the first time he's had best on ground this year, but just slowly chipping away and filling in the ruck void left by Arnold Kirby from a few years ago. Doing really well in that Waratahs side. Love Tanner Lovell's game as well, and for me, Scott Carlin rounds out the top 3, just really consistent. Got a goal late as well, which I think he really deserved as well. So great to see another well-rounded performance from Waratah. We will leave you there. Thank you for joining us for round 11 action. Both these sides will now go on to their 3-week break for Christmas, but plenty more action left to come this round. 3 more Men's Premier League games, 3 more Women's Premier League games. Hope to see you around the grounds this weekend. Thanks for joining us, and good night.